You open a map, you type nothing, you say nothing, you just tap the screen, and somehow a tiny blue dot appears exactly where you are. Not the country, not the city, sometimes the exact side of the street. Which is strange, because your phone never asked, "Where are you standing?" That blue dot is not magic, and it is not just GPS. Your phone is quietly collecting clues from satellites above you, towers around you, Wi-Fi routers nearby, tiny Bluetooth signals, motion sensors inside the phone, and maps that already know the shape of the world. By the end, that tiny blue dot will stop feeling like a simple icon and start looking like a detective system solving a hidden puzzle around you. The first reveal is this: GPS satellites are not staring down at your phone. They are not following you. They are not taking turns saying, "There he is." A GPS satellite mostly does one simple thing. It sends out a signal that says, in a very precise way, "I am this satellite, and this is the time I sent this message." Your phone listens. That difference matters. The satellite does not need to know you exist. Your phone is the one doing the work. It catches signals from space and asks, "How long did each signal take to reach me?" Here is the weird part. GPS is basically a clock trick. The signal travels at the speed of light.
So if your phone knows when the signal was sent and when it arrived, it can estimate how far away that satellite is. Not direction, distance. One satellite tells your phone, "You are somewhere this far from me." That creates a giant invisible sphere around the satellite. Your phone could be anywhere on that sphere. Useful, but not enough. So your phone needs more clues. A second satellite gives another distance sphere. Now the possible places shrink. A third satellite shrinks it more. And with several satellites, your phone can calculate a much better position on Earth. That is the famous blue dot beginning to form. But there is a catch. This only works well when your phone can hear enough clean satellite signals. And satellite signals are weak by the time they reach the ground. A clear sky helps. A city full of tall buildings does not. In an open field, GPS can feel almost magical. But in a city, the signal can bounce. A satellite signal might hit a glass building, reflect, and reach your phone from a slightly wrong path. Your phone thinks the signal traveled one distance, but really, it took a tiny detour. Tiny timing errors can become location errors. That is why the blue dot sometimes jumps across the street, spins in place, or acts like you are standing inside a building you never entered. The blue dot is not lying.
It is guessing with messy clues. This is where another clue enters. GPS itself does not need mobile data to work. A GPS receiver can calculate location from satellite signals alone. But your phone often wants to find you fast, so it may use assisted GPS. That means the phone can use internet data from your mobile network or Wi-Fi to get helpful information faster, like which satellites should be visible nearby. GPS is the space clue. Assistance is the shortcut. Without assistance, your phone may still find you. It might just take longer. Now imagine you walk indoors. The sky disappears. GPS gets weaker, but your phone is still connected to the mobile network. Nearby cell towers can give another kind of clue. Your phone may know which towers it can hear, roughly how strong those signals are, and sometimes timing information from the network. That can narrow down your location. Not usually as perfectly as strong GPS, but enough to say you are probably in this area. This is why your phone can still show a rough location even when satellite signals are struggling. But in cities and indoor places, there is an even stranger clue: Wi-Fi. Your phone does not need to connect to every router around you. It may only need to notice that certain Wi-Fi networks exist nearby, because many Wi-Fi networks have been mapped before. A router in a cafe.
A router in an apartment. A router in a mall. If your phone sees a familiar pattern of nearby Wi-Fi signals, it can compare that pattern to a location database and make a guess. Not because the router knows you personally, because the router has become a kind of invisible landmark. Then there are even smaller clues: Bluetooth beacons. In some malls, airports, stores, museums, or large indoor spaces, tiny devices can broadcast short Bluetooth signals. They do not need to shout far, they just say, "A beacon is nearby." If an app is allowed to use that kind of location clue, the phone can estimate that you are near a certain shop, gate, hallway, or display. Outdoors, satellites are powerful clues. Indoors, tiny signals can become breadcrumbs. But signals are only half the story. Your phone also has motion sensors. An accelerometer can sense changes in movement. A gyroscope can sense rotation.
So after your phone gets a location estimate, it can keep asking, did you start walking? Did you turn left? Did you slow down? Are you still moving? This helps the phone smooth out the blue dot. It is not just asking, where am I? It is asking, where was I a second ago, and how have I moved since? This is the real trick. Your phone is not usually trusting one clue completely. GPS says one thing, cell towers give a rough area.
Wi-Fi says you are near these routers. Bluetooth may say you are near this indoor beacon. Motion sensors say you just turned. The phone combines these clues into one estimate. This is sometimes called sensor fusion, a fancy name for a simple idea. Do not trust one witness when you can compare several. The blue dot is not one answer, it is a vote. Then maps add one more layer. Your phone does not only know signals, it also has access to roads, buildings, paths, train lines, and known places. So if your location estimate says you are moving at car speed and you are next to a road, the map can guess that you are probably on the road. If you are walking through a mall, it may use indoor maps when available. If the estimate says you are floating inside a river for half a second, the phone may quietly correct that guess. Not always perfectly, but often enough that the blue dot feels smarter than it really is. That circle around the blue dot matters. It is your phone admitting uncertainty. A tiny circle means, I am pretty confident. A huge circle means, you are somewhere around here, probably. In an open street with clear sky, the circle may shrink. Inside a basement, tunnel, elevator, dense city, or airport, it may grow. Weather, buildings, indoor spaces, tunnels, and signal blockage can all make the guess worse.
So when the blue dot feels wrong, it is not because location suddenly broke, it is because the clues got worse. There is one important myth to separate from the mystery. Your phone may be capable of estimating your location. That does not mean every app always knows exactly where you are. Permissions matter. Settings matter. Approximate location and precise location can be different. A weather app may only need your general area. A ride app needs a much sharper dot. A map app needs constant updates while you move. The technology is powerful, but access is controlled by the phone, the app, and the choices you allow. So the next time you open a map and the blue dot appears before you type a single word, remember what you are seeing. Not magic, not one satellite watching you, not a perfect answer. You are seeing a tiny detective system. It listens to clocks in space. It checks towers on the ground. It recognizes routers in the walls. It notices tiny Bluetooth breadcrumbs. It feels your movement. It compares everything to a map. And from all of that, it makes one glowing guess. You are here. Next time your blue dot moves before you do, remember, it is not magic. It is your phone solving a hidden puzzle around you.